Hello, Scorpio. Welcome to your weekly reading. Let's see what's going on for the next 7 days for you, Scorpio. We're going to start off with a theme. Let's get a theme for Scorpio, please. Denial. I acknowledge my fear, but I replace it with the insight of awareness. If that's not the most scorpionic statement ever. You're the kings and queens of transmutation. This is a week of stepping out of denial. This is a week of looking at where you might have been refusing to see the truth, or pretending like something doesn't exist, or trying to avoid something and then facing it. You're finally facing your fear and the fear of truth. This is really the fear of truth in a situation, and you're replacing it with awareness. Now, this doesn't have to be so dramatic, right? This could be like just being like, okay, well, let me start to accept the fact that I can't have as much caffeine as I used to. My heart's racing too much, right? I feel nauseous all day long because I'm having too many energy drinks or too much coffee or whatever. And then accepting that it's time for a change, right? This could be like changing something in your diet, changing the way that you sleep, changing a routine of sorts, right? It doesn't have to be like, oh, denying that you hate your job. But it could also be that. Maybe you've been in denial of like, I can't stand where I work. I don't want to do it anymore. It drives me crazy. It takes my energy away. I feel miserable. Could be denying that you feel strongly for a person. I'm done being scared of confessing my feelings. I'm done being scared of rejection. Possibility of rejection. Maybe not even having rejection. You never know. I guess that's my point. That's the point that I'm trying to make, and I feel like that's the point that Spirit's trying to make, where it's like, yeah, getting the truth of situations sucks, right? Sometimes it's hard to swallow the pill. But it's better to be in truth, because then you're free. And you know that better than anyone, Scorpio. That's a part of your life path evolution as a Scorpio. Wherever you're watching this, wherever you have Scorpio, and for whatever reason you're watching this, if you have a Scorpio sun, Scorpio moon, ascendant, Venus, whatever, that's essentially where that I'm gonna take this one, that sense of truth and working through fear sits. Intuition, knowing, sensing, and trust. This is a challenge. This is a challenge right now. You're not following your gut instincts. You're not trusting what you're sensing. And again, that can be debilitating for a Scorpio archetype. You know better than most people. You're naturally good at doing that. You're naturally good at figuring things out, reading the room as soon as you walk in. You're good at reading people, reading situations, sensing things on a deeper level. You've probably been called intimidating in your life, right? You've probably been called a bunch of things, and people, oh, you had the rustic bitch face, whatever, however people want to call it. It's just because you're very good at analyzing psychologically what's going on. So why is it that you're having a hard time trusting what you're feeling, trusting what you're sensing? You're picking up on cues. You're picking up on details that lie deep, that lie further into the beyond. You know what I mean? Don't ignore that. It's very significant. It's very important to pay attention to that this week. Your gut is going to lead you in the right direction. Follow that inner compass. Stop denying the truth. You're becoming more aware of like, yeah, man, I've been putting myself in that position. I have to stop. Which is very responsible of you. It's very mature of you to accept that you have put yourself in a position to the point where you are refusing to see the truth. You're a big person, And I'm not trying to like stroke your ego. I'm just telling you, most people are scared of doing that. But you're acknowledging that and saying, yep, nope, I messed up. I'm not doing that again. I'm not going to ignore the truth. Takes a lot of courage, takes a lot of bravery to be you right now, okay? Again, I'm not just saying that to make you feel better or to stroke your ego or something. Takes a lot of courage as well when it has to do with loved ones, with family members, people that you live with, people that you spend every single day with. I've got Cancer energy on the table, Taurus and Libra, if that resonates. Scorpio, your gut is telling you something about, again, that has to do with your family, with your loved ones. But it's telling you something that you already know when it comes to where your idea or where your current investment and current work and effort has been put into as far as restructuring, rebuilding, transforming your happiness, your ultimate happiness. When I say, if we could look together, Scorpio, if we could look together at your best version of yourself, that's the happiest version of yourself, what does that look like? You're redoing that. You're rebuilding. The foundation is being destroyed and being rebuilt this week. Okay? We're starting from the bottom again, somewhere. We're rebuilding. It's going to be painful, and it's going to take a long time. It's why Empress is here. The Empress is here to tell you, look, it's just like pregnancy. It's going to take a long time. It's going to hurt like hell, but it's going to be worth it because you're bringing new life. Abundant new life. You're learning. Page of Pentacles, working through the student archetype. You're learning how to deal with drama, with fighting, with resistance from other people, from places, from things. You're learning not to fight the truth. You're learning about consistent and balanced give and take, the exchange of energy, of money, of love, of effort, of time. Time, which is the most important thing that any person has, is time. You're learning how to become a more emotionally stable and emotionally mature person. You're learning more about how you feel. What's brought you here? You know? This is like no longer denying that you want the best version of yourself. You want the happiest version of yourself, and you're going to go for it, and you're going to birth it. You're going to bring it into life. This is like no longer denying that you were scared to invest because you weren't sure if it was going to be, a balanced situation. You weren't sure if you're going to get your return on it. For some reason, I can't think of the word right now. Successful. You weren't sure if it was going to be successful. That's not the word I'm thinking of still, but whatever. You get what I'm saying. It's tough, right? It's hard. It's hard having to destroy things in your life. As the destroyer archetype. That's you. You are the destroyer archetype, by the way. As a soul level, that's one of your archetypes. You're very good at knowing, sensing, picking up on, and then taking action on what needs to be destroyed. Six of Pentacles. The Four of Cups. Again, it's like you've been ignoring that cup in the tree. You've been rejecting that cup in the tree. When you know that that cup in the tree is your cup, it's the right cup. You're no longer giving to rejection. You're making the clear, concise, and firm decision to no longer reject something that you know is abundant, that you know makes you happy. The Lovers. It could be a person. But again, this is more about making a decision from the heart because the heart wants what it wants. You got Libra energy again. Somehow that resonates for somebody. Capricorn now. But again, there's that progression. Page to Queen. You're learning as you're going. You're growing as you're going. You know what I mean? You're learning how to trust your intuition more, your gut instincts. You know that something can grow. That it's going to take time, but it's going to grow. You're learning that consistency and patience and hard work are going to pay off. You're learning all that. You're learning how to communicate better about you, about your desires, about what your wants are. And you're learning that beginnings can be exciting. Investing in something that's going to take a long time, it does not immediately mean that it's going to be too hard or it's going to be too much. That it can still stay as important, as significant in your life the whole time, even if it takes a long time. It's like knowing that investing in something that's going to take a long time is still worth it. I'm telling you, I'm going to keep repeating the same messages, but that's what's going on. Yeah, literally. This is staying curious, staying invested, staying faithful, staying loyal to a path that makes you happy, staying committed to that path. Being stubborn about your happiness, you know? Side note, this could be news regarding your family and coming up with a plan together on starting over together or starting something new together. Yeah, again. Yeah. Restructuring, rebuilding, laying the foundation all over again. It's a matter of time. It's a matter of patience. It's a matter of trusting that you're doing the right thing, that you value doing the right thing over anything, that you're not afraid to get your hands dirty, that you're not afraid to do the work, that you're no longer going to deny the fact that it is a solid decision. It is a practical decision. It's a realistic decision. It's not too far out of your reach. That you can do it. It's like finally realizing, oh my God, I can. What was I so scared of? What was I, why was I so against this for so long? It's the right thing to do. That's why justice is here. I hope this helped, Scorpio. Thank you for tuning in. If you want a personal reading with me, the website is in the description box. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next reading.